Chapter 7. Old Circuits and Older Lies. The sky above Tara.Prime was a murky swirl of bruise-purple clouds, heavy with rain and surveillance. The drizzle fell in a steady rhythm, pattering against the copper awnings and rusted catwalks of the 9th Ward, like the ticking of an anxious clock. Neon signs flickered through the mist, casting shimmering reflections in puddles pooled over cracked data-tile streets. Fefe's boots squelched as he stepped into the alley behind an abandoned auto-forge. Landwolf kicked at a fallen sign with his scuffed boot. The rabbit O'Hare adjusted his coat collar and gave a snort. This place smells like wet silicone and shame. "Feels like we're being watched," Landwolf muttered, ears flicking. "You're not wrong," Hoppy said from behind them, his voice a low rasp. He hadn't said much since the relay room, since the fork. He never did unless it mattered. They'd come here chasing a rumor, one that led them to the door of a fixer named Ashline. Word was, Ashline had once worked on the ledger architecture pre-fork. Word also was, she hadn't been seen in public since the first data purge. Fefe raised his hand and rapped on the steel door. 3 quick knocks, then 1 long. A slat slid open. 2 eyes, yellow and sharp, peered through. "Password?" "We're not with the union," Fefe said. "We're just looking for clarity." The slat closed. O'Hare leaned over. "You could have said we come bearing gifts or something at least slightly charming." A clunk echoed inside the door. Bolts drew back, the door creaked open. Ashline was a ferret, or maybe a mongoose. Hard to tell under the grease-streaked goggles and patched jumpsuit. Her voice was brisk. "You've got 2 minutes to convince me I shouldn't call every drone in the district." Fefe held up the gadget. Ashline froze. "I figured," he said. "This would speak louder than we could." She grabbed it and practically dragged them inside. The workshop was chaos incarnate. Monitors blinked from every corner, tangled wiring spilled from ceiling vents, and a copper kettle whistled faintly on a jury-rigged burner beside a stack of old ledger manuals. Ashline dropped the gadget on her workbench, cleared some ancient energy bar wrappers, and got to work. She connected it to a diagnostic socket, muttered something about deprecated ports, and keyed in a few commands. Then she stopped, dead still. "Oh," she said. "What do you see?" asked Fefe. "This code, some of it's alive." "Alive?" Landwolf asked, cocking an eyebrow. "Self-referencing. Recursive logic tied to identity markers. Smart, adaptive. It's trying to sync with something." Ashline turned and looked Fefe square in the eye. Or someone. Hoppy crossed his arms. "That tracks. It lit up like a bonfire when Fefe touched it." Ashline tapped through a few more menus. "And there's something else, a data node. Buried deep. Looks like a failsafe. Probably from whoever hid the code in the first place. You want it unzipped?" Fefe nodded. Ashline entered a string of characters. The monitors went dark for a moment, then flickered back. The air grew cold. A hologram shimmered to life. It wasn't a message, it was a map. It hovered in the air like a ghost, an intricate circuit path across Tara.Prime, etched over old infrastructure grids. Certain points glowed, derelict subways, decommissioned relay hubs, and one flickering beacon beneath the core of the monorail district. "This," Ashline said, "is not something I'm supposed to be looking at." "Then we definitely are," Landwolf grinned. Ashline looked nervous now. "That pulse point under the monorail, that's beneath the Union's main hub. Whatever's there, it's central. Core level." Fefe stepped closer. The pulse matched the beat he'd felt ever since the gadget sparked to life. Not just memory, but intention. Like someone had embedded a trail, not just of data, but of purpose. Ashline turned to him again. "Whatever you're caught up in, it's older than you. Older than the Union. You're holding a ghost from the other side of the fork. I hope you're ready to follow it." Outside, the rain started to come down harder, drumming the roof in a staccato of tension. "I don't think we have a choice," Fefe said softly. And for a moment he saw something in the reflection of the map, Pepe's face. Fragmented, distorted, watching. Maybe a warning.